and just try to enjoy it this time.
Look at that sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh? Well, I get that. I like it too. Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say? You see that big spiky plant over there? Right over there. Don't you see it? That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree, covered in flowers. The day really slipped away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put it in here? No.
Okay, go ahead, kid. Look at that. There's your little hand.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea. It'll really be something to see how he grows. Man, the zoom on this thing is fantastic.
You want to play along with Mommy, don't you? Give it time.
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
I like the music.
That's right. Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
I don't know. Probably solving the problems in the universe.
So, do you think he's going to be smart? No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand. Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot. Oh, that's sure a little mess of color. Hey, we do not throw things in this house. If you're mad that you aren't good enough yet, you'll just have to... See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first. he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school.
Okay, Benny. Are you ready to see something really special?
Richard,
What?
that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone to take it.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different, but that one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels. Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one? Well, just remember to put on sunscreen. Man, I gave you some unfortunate genes, didn't I? Luckily, Mom gave you some good ones, so yeah, let's hope they balance each other out.
That's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
I already did.
For a moment, I forgot what a great father you are.
Focus on the interview, honey. I got this.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are fine.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit. You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. No such luck for me. You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay? Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, Elle, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting.
Ernie! Buddy!
Ernie!
Ernie!
Ernie, we need you!
God, Elle, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
My sinuses would be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
No, I said I'm really worried. So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
I was.
I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. It just happened.
You just happened to find a stray cat in the alley. We keep it even though I hate cats. And now it just happens to pop out 5 more?
Sorry, I didn't realize you hated cats.
For a professor of science and symbols, he keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
And what's wrong with that?
No, are you kidding? I love it. Are you able to pick up a new book?
Yes. Vanilla Gallia is a particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah. Got those two.
It's extremely expensive, right?
No. Can't put a price on learning.
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex. But just take it one day at a time. Trust me. You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand. Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Okay. 2 breaths.
The quiz said find the 0, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong with that.
Congratulations, B! First of many, I'd assume.
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down. I'll try the back and you up there.
You're not my house. You're not. Fall back, you fool! I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat. Hey, you! Yeah, you! Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy, I'm talking to you. Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Oh shoot, I think I gotta go.
Quiet, everyone. Benny's about to play for us.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years.
The class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
Learning everything we need to know about these civilizations. This is a quote. I want each of you to write it down. Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space. Okay, now I will go on to the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes.
So those who do not remember the past, repeat the past. That's right, right?
Indeed it is. Though I'd prefer you to answer without the help of your boyfriend next time. If
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself. The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Very sweet. Thank you for playing this game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you? That's a very interesting detail. Okay, shut up. I really want this one. Maybe I'll use tickle stick. Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing.
It's called a magnet school. It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something.
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces.
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it. Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed to be. Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice. my God. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
So listen, I found a construct.
What are you doing? I explicitly asked you not to pick up the phone.
Oh, he's fine. Let's talk to her.
Oh, what do you know about anything that's going on right now?
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale?
Mr.
That
Kid.
is Amunet,
That's-
and she's got,
Look at it.
and yes, that's a she, the head of a crocodile, fur of a lion, see, and the body of a hippopotamus, though I would not say that to her face. Now, as you can see, she is ready to devour.
Ew, why is he so scared looking? Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house.
Slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children. But
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something. I mean this with no offense at all.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says you.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I mistook you for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the alley in T minus now, okay? Chloe, out.
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game.
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear. Okay, I think that's enough. So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path.
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
We want him home from school for a while, just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo, okay?
a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really...
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Dinner's ready.
Why isn't your son eating with us, Al?
No. You mean young Vincent? Well,
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make art, you ponies! Oh.
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are. It's very zany, very kitsch. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists. There you go, Mr. Bryn. Feel each shake. Oh, you fiend!
I want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here. You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
I'm stunned. The ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Benjamin!
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul. Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are. Ah, this is divine.
Honey, stop. Is that Bryn?
Oh my god. I think it is.
Of all places.
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell out, and you still got rich. Oh, but listen to me, Benjamin. Now is the single most
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and...
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe is the single thing in the world my wife... Go on, B. Say something. What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that everybody is asking me. What's going on with Benjamin Bryn? And what am I supposed to say? That I haven't heard from my star pupil in 6 months? This is... You are a snake. You are a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you are a little tease. I have told the world that Benjamin Bryn is a genius.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again. I hope you understand.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right thing. By the way, she did... What's that? What's so fascinating, son? Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us.
Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor. My god, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door. Hey, so... Not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
Woo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Whoa! Well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one? His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion. Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over-demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could. And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love? Now, be honest here. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You lucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again. You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for. Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth. Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make... You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
I get all this. We need to move. This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call? Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
What is
See,
it?
she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
What? Will be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep...
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
I know you want to stay here, man, but we don't.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking.
We can focus and make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never going to get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs. You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. First love? Okay.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable. You're doing great, buddy.
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a... I can't.
Go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you. Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a happy one. Growing up in a loving home, raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. I'm certainly glad you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. It reads like Dickens. Really just...
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick...
Benny, buddy, did you just throw something? I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening. What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
Getting her a sashimi plate.
What?
What? I think she more than deserves it.
What do you mean she hasn't been over? Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, what are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this cramp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now. You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think. There she is. Wish me luck.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home.
To an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea.
His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him.
But then,
when he was just 11 years old.
He got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough.
So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had.
How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick,
he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them of exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten.
So when he knew he was going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
I wanna be somebody. Me 2.0 for you.